Following Donald Trump's abrupt decision to pull US troops out of northern Syria, every right-winger who has a platform or was invited on a platform criticized him and did so aggressively. And so our very own J.R. Jackson put together this mashup featuring some of those voices. Take a good look.
Now we're saying, okay, Turks, go wipe them out or force them out. What kind of message is that to the next ally that wants to side with us?
Do you support this move or not, sir?
No, there's one word that describes this for me: betrayal.
This impulsive decision by the president has undone all the gains we've made, thrown the region into further chaos.
It's just incredibly jaw-dropping from my perspective.
And right now, we're just saying we're just going to leave them and abandon them.
And abandon our allies? That's a campaign promise?
Well,
abandon the people that got the caliphate destroyed?
And I think it's a strategic blunder that will have significant implications.
I'm making myself clear how short-sighted and irresponsible this decision is.
Russia is stepping in when we step out. So we are made to look like the fools. Our allies think we're idiots.
What do you think about this? The fact that it looks like we're going to pull out and Turkey's going to take over. Email us, friends at foxnews.com.
And abandon.
To everyone in the White House and every Republican who was mad that President Obama pulled out of Iraq, you feckless, unpatriotic cowards.
Bush handed a victory to President Obama. Obama walked away because he was fed up with it, much as you see sentiments here being registered.
This, to me, is just unnerving to its core.
This is devastatingly bad.
What a disaster.
I cannot believe this is where we're at, diplomatic-wise.
It's interesting to hear, this long list of right-wingers go after Trump because they're critical of Trump's decision from a completely different angle, right? Yeah. I mean, they're listing things that make sense, but a lot of those people just want more war. And so, we'll get to that in just a second. But in response to the critics, Trump put out 2 tweets that I want to share with you. He said, first, as I've stated strongly before, and just to reiterate, if Turkey does anything that I, in my great and unmatched wisdom, consider to be off limits, I will totally destroy and obliterate the economy of Turkey. I've done before. They must, with Europe and others, watch over the captured ISIS fighters and families. The US has done far more than anyone could have ever expected, including the capture of 100% of the ISIS caliphate. It is time now for others in the region, some of great wealth, to protect their own territory. The USA is great, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so now we got to break that down. First on the tweet. Guys, look, apparently this is a tweet that broke the camel's back because all over social media and television today, people are like, great and unmatched wisdom? Who says that about themselves? As you know, if you watch the Young Turks, I've been screaming this from day one. Like when the guy says, I'm a very stable genius and yells that into the ether. And he's now said that on 3 different occasions. On one occasion, this is now a long time ago, where he said, I'm known for 2 things. One is being a very stable genius and the other is my mental stability. No, I'm sorry, the first part was for being like a smart person. And the second part was mental stability. If anyone brags that they're known for mental stability, what do you know? You know that they are not mentally stable. Every real person knows that. Every real person knows that if in your personal life you have somebody who screams at the family dinner table or anywhere, I have unmatched wisdom. That's the crazy uncle. That's the lunatic, and you try to help him, and you try to get him therapy, you get him drugs, etc. But the last thing on earth you do is make him president. So even if you agree with withdrawal from Syria, obviously Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he's an absolute madman. And so now let's talk about this. Okay, speaking of which, so the first thing you do is abruptly, without consulting the military, that actually in this rare case was working on a delicate balance and actually had an interesting solution to a very complicated, nuanced problem between the Kurds and the Turks. You don't consult with them and you blunder in and you go, Turkey's moving into Syria. They're gonna take the Kurdish territory and I let them. So that was the original statement by Trump. People are like, what? You're letting them do an incursion into Syria? What, right? Okay, then you turn around when Lindsey Graham and Fox News yells at you and you go, oh yeah, I could destroy Turkey's economy like I did before. When did you destroy Turkey's economy before? And why would you say that to a country you just made a deal with?
Totally.
And by the way, again, that's the second largest army in NATO and one of our top allies. I know these days allies are questionable. I mean, Saudi Arabia is an ally, and Turkey has done some wonderful things for America and some not so wonderful things. It's nuanced, but for him to go and go, I will destroy your economy. They'd be like, what, didn't we just make a deal with this guy? In fact, look, I'm ethnically Turkish, so I have friends and family in Turkey. And I remember a while back, a family member was asking like, in Turkey, all the news is trying to analyze a sentence that Donald Trump said about Turkey. I'm like, already a mistake, right? And they're all trying to figure out what is the secret meaning behind it and what is the strategy. I was like, please. Oh yeah, there is no strategy. So right now I can tell you all over Turkish television and all the Turkish politicians are like, what does he mean destroy our economy? What is the strategy behind that? There's no strategy, he's an idiot. He's a total moron. Okay, who goes around and says, I am no good. I mean, it's like literally the guy in The Wizard of Oz. With my unmatched wisdom, right? So, all right, so that's Trump being the lunatic that he is. Now, to the conservatives on television, they're half right, half wrong. The half that they're right about is don't just blunder out overnight. Consult with the Pentagon, figure out a strategy. How do you execute this, etc., instead of being a temperamental child that you are. The half that they're wrong about is they're like, oh, don't ever leave Syria. Oh, our troops must be on the ground.
Yep.
We gotta have boots on the ground permanently occupying the Middle East. No, we don't. So how would a progressive president handle this? I would hope that they would come in and go, we are going to withdraw from those countries, but we're going to do it in a way that is smart. So when the Pentagon says we can't, that's like your opinion, man.
Right.
No, I got elected to withdraw us from those countries. But what you're gonna have to do is put together, it's not optional, you're gonna have to put together a plan that takes 6 months or it takes a year or it takes 3 months, whatever it is, that threads the needle, protects the Kurds, but withdraws our troops. I know it is difficult, but it is doable. What you don't do is, I talked to Erdoğan last night and he promised me things, so we're getting out tomorrow. And by the way, reports from the ground are American forces are withdrawing today. They are already packing up and leaving. Because we have a commander-in-chief who's a lunatic.
And remember, the US was already working on some sort of defense mechanism for the Kurds. So once the US troops do pull out eventually, there would be something in place to protect the Kurds. But Trump has decided, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the troops out and renege on the promises that we made to the Kurds who helped us battle ISIS in Syria. So that's what's going on.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.